Arthur Migliazza. Isn't blues an exciting music? Doesn't it make you want to play? Yeah, it does. It makes you want to play. Tell me about your first professional gig, when and where?
First professional gig was in Tucson, Arizona. I was opening up for Buckwheat Zydeco. It was a Zydeco band from New Orleans, and I was 13, and I had been playing for, about 3 or 4 years, and somebody at the Tucson Blues Society liked me and wanted to give me a shot. And we're still friends to this day. He's one of my best friends. But yeah, that was my first real pro gig.
So you started playing at blues at around 9. What was it about blues that captured you?
Well, it was just one of those things that my teacher exposed me to it. Mm-hmm. I had, regular classical lessons or kid piano lessons. I don't even know if that's classical, but and my teacher was really cool. And she exposed me to a lot of different kinds of music, and the blues is just something that it made sense to me to have some sort of bass line, and then improvise with the right hand or play chords or thing, and it just seemed to fit with my personality or something. And then I started listening to blues recordings, and the sound just the sound and the feeling of those recordings is what really drew me.
And was there anybody in particular when you were growing up that you wanted to emulate?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody I heard. But in particular, I loved Otis Spann and Professor Longhair and Jimmy Yancey. And, I had a compilation disc of all the blues piano players that had recorded for Atlantic Records. And, so it had Meadlux Lewis on there, had Professor Longhair, Ray Charles, Jimmy Yancey, Floyd Dixon, so and I got exposed to a lot of different players like that.
Was there one teacher in particular or a mentor that you felt caused you to take the trajectory that you are and caused you to be the musician that you are today?
Well, it definitely had a lot of help along the way, but I think I was always kind of headed in this. I always wanted to play music since I was a kid. So, but in particular, one of my biggest mentors was Ann Rabson, who's a fabulous piano player. Some of you guys know her. And she really helped me, not only learn how to, and she really helped me, not only learn how to play blues, but also how to play with other people and how to be a respectful musician. Because so many people, especially piano players, get used to playing by themselves, and they don't know how to listen, or they don't know how to interact. But playing music with other people is a real give and take thing. You got to listen just as much as you play, and you got to not step on people when it's their turn to play. Well, funny you should ask, because it's very similar to the show we did in Russia. But in that show we had 3 piano players on stage, but otherwise we usually have 2, and it's a show called Boogie Stomp, and it's me and Bob Baldori, who lives in Michigan, and we've done our show all over the world, and we basically it's like a stage show, and we tell the story of boogie woogie and blues piano music, and how it became jazz and rock and roll and where it's gone, and it's not like a lecture, it's an entertaining show, but we kind of tell the story of it while we're playing, and we play several duets. We've got 2 grand pianos on the stage, and Bob also plays harmonica, and so we do take turns playing solos and together, and then he'll play harmonica, and so that's what we're doing. We're opening in a theater in Times Square, the Electra Theater, at the end of September. And
congratulations!
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And so it's a huge deal, and it's a huge project to put on. But we're taking the shot, and we've got 10 weeks at the theater, and then with the option to extend.
That's fabulous. Are there any other professional projects, books, recordings you want to tell people about?
I do. I just finished my instructional book. I've been teaching for over 19 years, and I have a method of how to teach Boogie Woogie Piano. And Hal Leonard is publishing my method on how to teach Boogie Woogie Piano. So it's a huge book. It took me a year to write it. I've got 150 musical examples I've written and recorded, went to the studio for the accompanying CD, and hopefully that'll be out in January.
Congratulations.
Thanks. So if you guys want to learn how to play like this, just get that book and you'll be fine. I won't have any gigs left because you guys will have all my gigs.
And do you have any nugget of wisdom, some musical advice that you received along the way that you felt particularly helpful that you'd like to pass on?
Boy, Julianne really makes me look bad here. Her answers were just great. I wish I would have thought of, yeah. I probably do, but I can't remember. So if what I would say is, what I've always done is follow my heart. Mm-hmm. And, my dad never wanted me to play music, really. He wanted me to go to get a business degree and become some sort of businessman, and make decent money. But I followed my heart, and I have to say that I feel very happy that I did that because, it's like, it just seems like as long as you're happy doing what you are doing, it doesn't matter if you have to live a modest lifestyle.
Right on.
Like I do.
That's good wisdom. Arthur Migliazza.
Thanks.